Ahoy! My question to you is if you have ever lost anything. Let me tell you that I am pretty good at losing things. Historically, I have been famous for losing my sunglasses. Uh, Here they are. Whether I am on a boat or near the water, they somehow find themselves off and into the ocean, or at least that's where I think they end up. Recently, I've lost my third water bottle. You know those really expensive ones that you leave in Ubers and don't know where you left them. I also most recently lost one of my AirPods, which means that I only had one AirPod, but now I have two. Are you perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. But if you're not perfect and I'm not perfect, then why on earth do people continue to try to build perfect personal brands? Now, this is the question I want to address today because it's something that we talk about in our new book. When I say we, I mean myself and Leonard Kim. We have a book coming out under McGraw-Hill called Ditch the Act: How to Reveal the Surprising Power of the Real You for Greater Success. And a big part of the book is about sharing things that you wouldn't think to share. So, what does building a perfect brand mean? Building a perfect brand means that you are only sharing the good. And when you only share the good and you don't share the bad or your version of ugly or when you lose stuff, then you're actually missing out. So because of the fact that I recently have misplaced something that is of high value, something that took me a while to get, and I'm pretty frustrated about having potentially lost it, so much that I didn't want to share that I think I lost it because people know that I lose things, and I shared that I thought I lost it. And the responses that I've gotten are the proof of why building a perfect brand will work against you. So here are my 7 reasons why a perfect brand is not perfect. When you share things that you wouldn't normally share, like losing a water bottle, like losing an iPod, like a rock stuck in your shoe, like losing your glasses, like potentially losing expensive things that you are stressed out about. The number one reason is that it shows you are human. Being human is key because at the end of the day, if you want to build a personal brand, remember, you're not a business, you're a person. And people want to do business with humans. I often say people want to do business with people, but as I said it, I realize people want to do business with humans. And if you present yourself as somebody who's never made a mistake, who is always awesome, who is always happy, who is never losing anything, then I'm sorry, you are superhuman. You are somebody who I cannot relate to. And I actually called my mom this morning to see if what I was missing was potentially in the house. Because my dad is famous for picking up stuff and putting it in the closet or the junk drawer. And so as I was talking with her about this, I was kind of embarrassed because I was like, can you look for this bag? It's about 3 feet, it's about this wide, and has these things in it. And she went downstairs, she looked, she said, Ryan, it's not here. And I went, beep, to my mom. And she's like, Ryan. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm just so frustrated. Like, this is an expensive mistake, and I keep losing stuff, and it's really frustrating. And I can't remember the exact time and place I had it last. I know that I had it on a plane when I came back from New York. I already filled out a file with Alaska Airlines to see if I could find it. I've been retracing my steps. I'm tearing across the house, or tearing apart my house. And she said, Ryan, I want to tell you something. My mom's great. She goes, I lost my calendar as well as the page where I had all of my passwords. And it drove me crazy. And I was stressed. And she went on, and it sounded like she was saying the same things that I was feeling. And when the conversation sort of came to a halt, I said, Mom, this is exactly what we talk about in Ditch the Act. Because I've been trying to explain to her the book and why we're doing this. And I said, did you notice how I shared with you something that I wasn't necessarily proud of, but that was sort of weighing on my chest and that I was embarrassed about? I said, what did you do after that? And she went, well, I shared a story of the exact same thing that happened to me. I'm like, exactly. So moms are human, sons are human, people are human. And if I wouldn't have shared what was really happening with my mom, then she wouldn't have had a chance to share what was really happening with her. And in that moment of finding out that she lost her calendar, my dad loses his wallet and his phone a lot too. It's like we connect over this. So I didn't have to explain how I was feeling. She knew how I felt. So when you share things that aren't perfect, that don't shed you in an amazing light, it gives you a chance to be seen as a human. And if you want to build a personal brand, you need to build a brand that makes you human. Tip number 2, it gives you perspective. Now, I tweeted out that I think I lost something of value, and I've had tons of replies, and some of the replies that are the most valuable are those that change my perspective. Somebody said, in a non-trolly way, they said, hey Ryan, I know people who have lost their entire houses due to fires, and they've told me it's just things. And I thought to myself, wow, what a great perspective. I mean, like, here I am super upset, my day's being ruined about being stressed about missing this what I think I lost, and I got a new perspective. And there was a number of other perspectives from the tweets, perspectives about not stressing out about it and letting myself sort of relax, have some silence, and then I might think about it. And that leads to number 3, which is when you share things that you wouldn't normally share, that don't make you look perfect, that actually make you look human, you find new resources. And I want to give a shout out to Lisa Loafer, I'm messing up your last name, Lisa. She is amazing, because when I lost my iPad, my AirPods, which I called earpods, I lost them when I was up in LA. I'm pretty sure, because I was doing a change in the car and it was in my ear. And if you've ever had this in your ear and you take off a shirt, usually it loses itself. And so I couldn't find it, and I was embarrassed, and I didn't share it for like a week or two. And then I finally come to terms with the fact that I lost it, and I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to buy a whole new one, and I was really upset. Lisa found out for me that you can actually locate your AirPods using your Find My Phone feature. I was like, oh my God. So I freaked out, I figured out on my iPad, and then did you know that these little guys make a noise, bing, 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 so you can find them when they're lost. Too bad for me is that I didn't share soon enough. So when I tried to do this, the challenge was that if it's in my house, it's obviously the battery's dead. But so it was a great resource. I now know if I lose these things momentarily, I can grab my iPad and I can do a Find My Phone to find my earbuds, AirPods. So you get resources when you share, because other people have had other experiences. Now, when I shared that I finally got the new one in the mail, because Lisa also told me that I could order an individual one for $69, somebody tweeted me and said, I ran over one with my car and I've been stressed out because I don't know what to do, and I didn't know that you could buy an individual one. So again, sharing that I lost something led to more resources. So number 4, it gives people a chance to add value to you. Because if you're trying to build a brand, a lot of that is building content and sharing your expertise and sharing what you're good at and sharing what you value to people, right? It's about creating content that creates value. But if you're only creating value and you don't let your audience give value, then it's going to be an imbalanced relationship. Have you ever had those friends that are like, they do everything for you and anything for you, but they just don't let you help them out? Like, you want to help them out. So sharing things that don't go right gives people a chance to actually add value to your life. To have them share their perspective with you, have them share their tips with you. And it's really rewarding when people have a chance to help you out. Just how you feel good about helping people out with your content, sharing things that don't go right exposing yourself, uh, these are things that give your audience a chance to bring value to you. And I've actually formed some really strong relationships with people because I value the value that they give me. And that wouldn't have happened if I just showed all the good stuff and never shared the stuff that I lose. Uh, Sharing things that don't go right can share your personality. I love to sail. If I'm not speaking, I'm sailing. And I race on Wednesdays, and the race that I had last night, we didn't win. The week before, we were 5 seconds from first place, but yesterday we did not win. And that is because on my watch, as the foredeck guy, there was 2 major mishaps. My spinnaker sheet was caught underneath a lifeline, and the harbor blaster was wrapped twice when we went up into the breakwater. And I always share that, like, how amazing and how fun it is out there, but it's also important to share what didn't work and that we actually lost really hard, because sailing is all about incremental improvements. It's about being tactical, and it's about being conscious of the things that go wrong so they don't go wrong the next time. And the 2 things that went wrong yesterday, they will not go wrong again. But by sharing that, not just, hey, I'm on a sailboat, I'm sailing, this is great, look at me, but by sharing that I messed up and I probably was responsible for losing the race, that lets people know my passion for sailing, and it also lets people know who I am as somebody who, when things go wrong, I use it as a teachable moment and an opportunity. So building a brand is really about getting people to know who you are, and I lose stuff. That's just part of me because I'm so focused on other things. So sharing what doesn't go right is a key to let people to get to know you. And once they know you, then they can like you. Then once they like you, they can trust you. Number 6, what it does when you share things that don't go right is it builds community. If all I did was share good, it wouldn't give me a chance to build a community that I have, because I might be intimidating. I might be somebody who's not approachable, and by the mere fact that I've put out to my following that I lost yet another water bottle, I got new perspective and resource because somebody said, Ryan, you need to buy the most annoying, brightest water bottle possible. And that's exactly what I did. Now, I also put all of my stick figure drawings in little stickers on there. So it is hard for me, very difficult for me to leave the room and not see my water bottle. Before, it was black and it was like slick because I thought that was cool. But my community has helped me to not lose this water bottle. And the final thing that I want to share, the reason number 7, why sharing what doesn't go right will help you to build a better brand, not a perfect brand, but a better brand, is because it lowers your stress and it lowers your anxiety. I was really stressed out this morning and over the last week about thinking whether or not I lost this piece of equipment, these pieces of equipment, which I still want to find. And what I learned by sharing it is that I got it off my chest. And I have these positive comments coming in all day. People telling me not to stress, telling me that my stressing out about it is stopping my memory from actually figuring out where it is. Somebody told me that your brain processes something like 200 mega something or others, and if you put too much load on the brain, the spot that will help me remember where this equipment is won't be activated. So my day has been less stressful, and I have less anxiety. And the next time I lose something, I'm probably going to share it, because I know that building a perfect personal brand is not the perfect solution. Being who you are, sharing that process, the good, the bad, what you lose, and your version of ugly, is what allows me to be less stressed as I go through my day, less anxious about what people are going to think about me, because I'm not just trying to showcase the good. I'm trying to ditch the act so that people get to see me for who I am, whether I'm in front of the camera or not. So those are my 7 reasons why building a perfect brand is not about being perfect. And the next time you lose something, I challenge you. It's a level 1 exposure, as we talk about in Ditch the Act. Share it, see what happens. I bet you that it's going to show that you're human. It's going to help you find new perspectives. It's going to help you gain more resources. It's going to give you a way to let others add value to you. It's going to share your personality. It's going to help you build community. And it is going to help you lower your stress and lower your anxiety. And if you want to see what some of these Ditch the Act tweets look like in real life, follow me on Twitter. That's usually where I spend most of my time. And I'm going to leave it with what I started with. Are you perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. Then why would you think that building a perfect personal brand is the answer? It's not. So think again. All right. We will see you on the flip side or somewhere side. If you want to check out more info on this, you can always grab Ditch the Act as a pre-order right now on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. And if you want to send me a DM, there's a very good chance I will send you an early copy, and that is my gift to you. So, look at me, I'm happy, even though this morning I was really stressed out. I'm glad that I was able to share this with you, and I'd love to hear your comments on this concept. Don't lose your stuff. Keep an eye on your water bottle. Bye.